Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Careers from Home mini-series, TV mini-series. Our topic is from entrepreneurs from startup to seasoned. And today we have a very special guest. This woman is probably one of the most renowned international speakers, has one of the largest companies that is a 34-year-old company. That has helped produce so many people get products on the shelf, international, has worked with ambassadors, spoke all over the world, has put on huge forums that are all about helping and serving others and helping people's dreams come true. So it gives me great honor and great privilege to have Ms. September Dohrmann here today. Thank you, September, for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you tell us just a little bit about CEO Space and a little bit more about what it is and, maybe even what we can do to help and support you with this?
Yeah, so CEO Space is a business owner community of like-minded individuals that believe in the power of collaboration and cooperation. One of the core principles of our culture is the law of reciprocity. We believe that giving first creates a full circle. So when you focus on serving others, what you need naturally shows up. And so we're a community of business owners and entrepreneurs that have that type of mindset. It was formed about almost 40 years ago. We're coming up on that timeline. I think we're around 38 years now as we're recording this. And we've seen a lot of businesses come through. We've seen a lot of amazing products. We have some really famous, well-known individuals that are members of our community. Some well-known books and products have come out of the platform. And it's all because of everybody has this mindset that, well, what can I do to contribute to you? So oftentimes when you go into networking environments, it's about that one-to-one. I'm connecting with this person. This is what we share. This is what I do. This is what they do. This is what they're looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Inside the CEO Space environment, it's more than just who you are. It's who do you know that could help the person that's in front of you as well too, making a complete circle. Does that make sense?
Yes, well, absolutely. I mean, I've been involved with you guys for 5 years now and a club president for you guys and big advocate out there. One of the things that you guys, if you want to know when the different forums are, you're doing live ones and you're doing ones over Zoom. Is that correct?
Yes. So we have 4 Zoom virtual forums a year. So in the middle of every quarter, we do a virtual forum. And then we'll do one, and we're possibly looking at doing 2 live events a year, but for sure 1 live event somewhere in the US once a year.
Nice. So if you guys are wanting to check out becoming a member, I have uploaded everything on my website. You can go to the MacKenzie Global Network or the MacKenzieNetwork.com. And we do have, we're running some great specials and some great offers going through. We're working in collaboration together. So we're helping each other. But September's here actually to talk with you about a very important topic. And this is one, since we've got so many people of different backgrounds on our show, I thought this would be a really good topic. And it's the 5 elements to get unstuck with business and life. So I'm going to let her go ahead and talk a little bit about this. I know she's had worked from home for many years and has done a fantastic job at it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Well, I think that's really important to look at the 5 things in business and life that we found. Now, everybody's going to have their own formula for success, their own recipe for success. This is our recipe. And so we just want to share what this recipe is with you. And so when you look at your life and your business, there's 5 areas to really focus on, specifically in your business as well, but in your life, because it does ripple in. You can't be a business owner and it not affect your personal life. Oftentimes they're one and the same. So the very first thing is self. You have to work on yourself. Bernie, my late husband, who founded CEO Space, would always say, nothing will grow you more than growing your business. Now, I'm a mom of 2 adults now, so they're grown. And that taught me a lot. Being a mom, being a parent taught me a lot. But it's nothing compared to what being a business owner, being an entrepreneur will teach you. It's a completely different animal. And so you have to work on yourself. And oftentimes your business will call your shit to the table. And you've got to deal with that. You've got to look at it. You've got to look at yourself, and you have to be very honest with yourself as well. So it always starts with you. You're the vision. You're the one holding that vision. You're the one that wants to make a difference in the world. It starts with you. Who you hire is based off of who you are and the culture that you bring to the table. So you got to work on yourself. That's the very first thing. If you're not working on yourself, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, it's not likely that your life or your business is growing. It's really that simple. And it's not easy, but it is a journey that's well worth it. When I look at working on yourself, it can cover from anything to your mindset to healing past traumas. And you may not have grown up with an abusive family, but that doesn't mean that you don't have traumas in your life that you need to heal within yourself. You could be holding it in your body. You could be holding it in your emotions. Now, why is that important? Because who you are and how you were programmed will show up in every single conversation, and more importantly, will show up in every relationship, including the relationship with yourself and the relationship with your business. So I could talk for hours on this topic. It has been huge element to it all is the self component. The next element is, what is that thing that you're doing in the world? How are you contributing? What's your contribution? What matters to you? What's the problems that you want to solve in the world? Or what are new solutions that you want to bring into the world to make these problems obsolete? So what's that contribution piece? How are you contributing? We're not here to make $1, pay our bills, go to bed, and repeat the process again until we die. That's no way to live. And there's so much joy in giving and serving others. And when you can tap into that space, magical things happen. So you have to be in alignment with what your purpose is. Now, going back to the self component, and if you don't know what your purpose is, well, my advice to you is to lean into your spiritual or religious belief systems. I choose to meditate. I choose meditation. My religion is love. That's kind of a cliche term that you may have heard it tossed around, but that's true for me. My religion is love, and I choose meditation as my spiritual practice. And one of the things that I ask often in meditation is, show me who I really am. What am I meant to do? What am I meant to be? Who am I meant to affect? It's those type of questions that you ask that will come from the soul of you, the spirit of you. And that's what you're bringing to the table. So what's the contribution piece? The third element is your relationships. You have to surround yourself with the right people. They'll either lift you up or they'll pull you down. And if you have both in your life, well, then you're going to remain neutral, because you've got some people pulling and some people pushing. So some people are holding you down and some people are lifting you up. So it's very important to get clear on your relationships and make sure that your relationship house is in order. You want people that believe in you, that support you, they're going to cheer you on, that will be there when you need something or when you want something, and vice versa. When you have somebody come to you, you love that person and you want to support that person so much that you'll give what you have to help them move forward. And so your relationships are important.
I love the relationship house. I love that. Yes. That's really
gotta have it in order. Relationship house. The next element is going to be the inspiration of your business. This is the thing that people buy into. It's your vision, your mission, your culture, your brand story. What is that thing? What inspires people? And that all comes from these elements that you incorporate, not just in your business, but you can also see how you incorporate that in your own life. What's the culture of you? How do you navigate the world? How do people see you? How are you consistent? What are the things that you do, and how do you treat people when no one's watching? That's culture. It's who you are. It's what you bring to the table, inspiration. And then the last piece is the blueprint. So if we're talking about business, blueprint is something that CEO Space is focused on heavily over the last 30 plus years. And that's going to include your branding, marketing, sales, leadership, customer service, fulfillment, operations, those type of elements. And so the blueprint, and getting clear on what the matrix are for each element of that blueprint. So when we look at this and we pull back, so I've broken down all these little pieces. Now let's pull back and look at the whole. if you're stuck in life, look at yourself first. I mean, I can't really give you any advice other than look at yourself. If you're stuck in your personal life, something's going on with you. What's going on in your mind? How are the relationships in your life? What are you doing to contribute? Are you just chasing the dollar? Or are you really looking to have an impact in your life? Those pieces can help provide insight as to what is not in alignment in life. And if there's a lot of pieces that are out of alignment, I can only relate this based off of my experience. Somebody else may have better advice, but from my own experience, getting right spiritually is everything. It is everything. The relationships that will show up, the conversations that you have, the quality of life that you seek and that you build and that you desire, how you contribute and give to other people. It all comes from the soul of you, the spirit of who you really are. And then when you look at your business, if you're stuck in your business anywhere, you do want to look at those personal components. But then you also have the actual business of the business, the branding, the marketing, the sales, the leadership, the customer service and the fulfillment and the operations. What is out of alignment? What's messy? What needs to be cleaned up? What needs to have order brought to them? And so for me, it's really about looking at the foundations of your life, looking at the foundation of your business. It's not about adding more. Oftentimes it's less. It's removing things that no longer serve you. It's removing things that are not in alignment. So I think it was Bruce Lee that said something like, and this is not exact, but something like, it's not that I'm afraid of the 10,000 strikes that you know, I'm afraid of the one strike that you've practiced 10,000 times. So it's knowing the fundamentals, practice, and perfecting those fundamentals and making sure that the fundamentals are in alignment with who you really are, what you are really meant to do, and what you bring into this world for your experience.
I love it. I love it. That is so beautiful the way you put it and put it in order like that. A couple things I wanted to ask, somebody who's really new to this, just start and you just hit them and they're like, wow, this is so great. What sources of material do you have that even somebody very seasoned that they could possibly books or some type of education that could kind of help them get started that you would really recommend that they look at, or audios or whatever?
There's
if anything's off the top of your head. I know you're so you're so good at this, but I'm just wondering the person who's like, I really want to get better at this. Is there stuff that I can listen to or hear or anything like that could help lead me down this path?
It's a great question. And it's a little challenging to answer because who I am and who you are totally two different people. Right. Where you are in your journey and where I'm at in my journey is completely different.
Good point.
I think I can't help but to go back to self. It all begins with you. And so if it's something like, well, do you believe that you can do what you want to do? Do you believe that you can fulfill this vision that you feel like you've been provided or that you see for yourself? Do you believe that you can do that? Do you have the faith in yourself that you can do that? And if you don't, well, that's an area to start working on. What is it about my mindset? What is holding me back? And instead of frantically looking for things, lean into your religious or spiritual practices and ask for guidance. Take guided action. Otherwise, we're expelling too much energy and not getting enough results back in. You don't want to put 100 bits of energy into something and only get 2 bits of energy back. You want to put 2 bits of energy into something and get 100% energy back. So be strategic in your approach, be strategic in the solutions that you're looking for. And I wouldn't even use the word solutions. I would say be strategic in the clarity that you seek. What is the clarity that you seek? And begin there. If you feel like you've got too many things going on and you just have too many what ifs and I shoulds and how does this work and what do I do there? And it can all be very overwhelming. That's normal. For it to feel overwhelming, it's very normal if you're not solid in your knowing and you're not solid in your relationship with the higher power.
Love it.
That relationship will guide you. People will show up. Books will fall into your lap, like literally fall into your lap. Opportunities will fall into your lap. You'll get a phone call out of the blue that's in alignment. So I can't help but to just go back to it all begins with you and start working on you. Yeah.
I love it. That was really good. Thank you for really branching that out a little bit and just giving us nuggets on that piece of it. Are there any projects or anything, really special that you right now that you're working on, or that you're, that you could possibly tell us about? I know you just had a forum come up, and it was on Zoom. It was the mid-December or early December. So we're moving past that now. So just wondered if there was anything that you might have an announcement on or want to talk more about.
Yeah, absolutely. So people in our community know that my husband, the founder of CEO Space, passed away in 2020 and July of 20. And he had a very specific vision of how he wants to grow the business and the mission and his culture and what he's doing. And with his passing, I felt compelled to continue that because I believe in what he was doing. I believe in the vision that he had, that we don't have to have a competitive environment in business. Competition is good when you look at it from a standpoint of sportsmanship. I'll watch football from time to time, and you see this team sportsmanship around sports. It's very competitive. This team wants to win. But it comes down to how cooperative is that particular team with each team member, and how skilled are they as a team to work together in accomplishing a particular goal. Mm-hmm. And so I believe that in business, in order for you to win, Deborah, I don't need to lose. Or in order for me to win, you don't have to lose. We can both win. So right. How can we support each other? And that really was the core message of what Bernie brought to the table. And so I wanted to continue that. But the reality is that I had to make the vision mine. Mm-hmm. If I'm going to continue this on, I've got to make it my own, of my own fiber, in order to for it to be in alignment with what I'm meant to bring to the table and be in alignment with who I really am as a spiritual being. And so for CEO Space, we have the new generation of CEO Space that we've recently launched. We shared it on the virtual forum that we did in December. And you can go to ceospacemembers.com to learn more about this new evolved platform. But essentially, it is our own private community. So we desperately wanted to get off of Facebook. I don't think I need to say much more than that. I think a lot of people understand the reason behind why more and more companies are leaving Facebook. Mm-hmm. And we wanted a community where we have the freedom to be who we are. And so inside of ceospacemembers.com, we've allowed people to join as members of CEO Space for only $99 a month versus a lifetime membership of $7,500.
Wow.
And that's important because we wanted to make it easier for business owners to be a part of a tribe that they feel that they're in alignment with. And inside that community, we've got activities going on every month, every week. We've got Snap, which is our style of networking, where I spoke before earlier, where it's really about what are you working on and how can I contribute? So that's our style of networking. It's called Snap. We do that once a month. We'll have 2 master classes every month. These are free for any of these programs that I'm talking about are free for our members that are on there, whether they're lifetime members or monthly members. And the master classes are 2 hours long, and we bring in an expert that really teaches you hands-on, this is how you accomplish this particular goal. So if you want to write good email copy, Bill's going to walk you through, this is how you think about creative copy. Here's how you do it. Here's the process that I do. And so once he's done teaching that, at the end, everybody knows to say, if this is not in your wheelhouse, or you already have too many hats, or you know the importance of delegation, here's how you can work with me if you choose. So we really want to empower our business owners. Look, business owners are scrappy. and they're savvy and we're smart. We'll figure it out. If we don't know how to do something, we'll figure out how to do it. So our experts are trained to show you, here's one thing that you can do. Here's one task that you can accomplish. Here's the steps on how to do it. And if you know what your lane is and you really understand the power of delegation, here's how you can work with this. So that's what a masterclass looks like. We also have a mastermind, which is we lean into the Napoleon Hill style of mastermind sessions where we focus on one person. Deborah, what are you trying to accomplish? Well, I'm trying to accomplish A, B, and C, but I'm missing F and G. Okay, great. Who in here has F and G that can contribute to that? Or we'll share ideas with you or say, have you thought about this? Or, hey, I've tried this. Have you thought about working it this way? Or I've got a connection that can help you. Anything that we can do to help that one person move forward. And we typically get through about 3 to 4 people on that call. And so we do that once a month. We also do a hangout where the community just gets on a Zoom and we just hang out. We'll get to know one another, have great conversation, and just build community. Inside that platform, you can share articles that you've written. You can pose questions or polls that you want to propose. So it's really a highly engaged platform, but I could talk for hours on it. I'm pretty excited about it because it is the evolution of it. It makes it easier for the way that COVID has brought in a very interesting opportunity for us to business differently. And so this helps to support the way that we do business now. And then I believe that we'll have the second platform launched by the time this rolls out. We have CEOhub.com, which is a new platform. This is where all of our content from us, CEO Space, and from our vetted experts, people that we actually do background checks on to make sure that they are who they say they are, they do what they say they do. So if we put an expert in front of you, we have done our research to make sure that they're reputable. But CEO Hub is a platform where we house the content for all 5 categories that I just spoke about earlier: the self, the inspiration, the blueprint, the relationship, and the contribution. All of that's housed there. And so that is offered as a subscription. And that's where all of our recorded content goes. So if you want the replay, refresh, go back and study something, it's all housed right there. I'm very excited about that. And then in the coming 2022, I have a new platform that I'm bringing about for conscious entrepreneurs, but my goal there is to not grow that in numbers. My goal there is just to have the right people that are aligned with solving the global and social issues that we face. And that's really where my heart lies. And so those are the 3 things that are coming up for the community.
Well, I love it. I can just see your passion, your energy in it. How long have you've been the CEO of CEO Space for how many years now?
It's about 7 or 8 years.
So 7 or 8 years. And a lot of people, weren't aware of that. They thought that your husband, Bernie Dohrmann, was that person. What I admire about September, what she's doing is she is so behind the scenes. She makes everything happen. We go to these events and I'm like, how did she put all this together? They're just so amazing. However, I love to see your personality, your soul's mission here, your guidance come through, because you can just feel the energy, feel how much you want to help people, and at all the levels. So this is perfect for what we're showing on Careers from Home, because it is about, those that are starting out. You can do the $99 a month. I'm just telling you guys, that is an amazing deal. Those of you that are seasoned, check out your higher consciousness, see what you can do to help those businesses get to that next level. And September does have some retreats that are coming up, a very, very, very nice exclusive retreats. So you're definitely going to want to connect, and I'm happy to connect those of you that would like to connect with her, or we can find a way to get you, like I said, you can go to the MacKenzie website or CEO Space and we'll help you do that. So
Absolutely.
Thank you. I just want to tell you, you look fantastic. You always are just this beam of energy, and I appreciate you so much. You have really, to me, been you've been such a mentor to me as far as the consciousness goes and learning business, and just staying really, really focused on what you're doing and where your goals are. And so you've just been an inspiration to, really thousands and thousands of people, because CEO is connected to over 250,000 members in 150 countries. So this is not a very small company. This is a very large organization. And I'm just so happy to be a part of it. And I will always be a part of CEO Space and promoting and helping and being at the events, because I've just really, really seen my life flourish and the life of others. So thank you for all your contribution, and again, not giving up, because losing your husband, your sweetheart, you could have said, okay, I'm done, throw in the towel. You might have even thought about it a few times. Do I really want to do this? What do I want to do? But you didn't do that. You continued on. You meditated. You didn't just do it right overnight either. You really had to sit and look at those 5 elements, I'm sure, and really gather that. So I want to thank you again. We're going to have to wrap up our show, but thank you again, Miss September Dohrmann, and appreciate you very, very much. You have a good one, everybody. Thank you. And just remember, our slogan is every connection creates an impact. Have a good one, guys. See you on the next show.